My name is Camryn. I'm a second-year speech-language pathology major at Lebanon Valley College. My parents were really young when they had me. I'm the firstborn in the family. They had my brother 2 years later and my sister 9 years after me. And then shortly after they had my sister, my parents divorced. And when my mom got with my stepdad, we ended up moving to a nicer area. And I got a lot more involved in school than I was before. At my original school in a more city area, I didn't have many friends and I wasn't really involved in school activities. It was a much smaller school, so there weren't as many opportunities for me. My mom's name is Erica. She's 41 years old and she has been one of the greatest influences in my life. We kind of grew up together because she had me when she was about 22 years old. So her and my dad were both 22 and they were basically kids when they had me. So they learned how to raise me as I learned to grow up. My dad's name is Jeremy. He is 41 years old. He is a construction worker and him and my mom are separated. They've been divorced for a few years now. My mom is remarried to Mark, who is my stepdad, and they both work at the same company. They work at US Foods, and Mark is a manager there. He's a sales manager. So I'm technically behind a lot of my colleagues in my cohort, but I am currently taking my introduction speech-language pathology classes as it's my second semester of being a speech major. I study all the time throughout the week so that I don't have to do as much work on the weekends and so I can have some extra time to have fun with my friends when everyone's together. I would say I study about 15 hours a day. I try to go to bed by 11 o'clock at night and I typically wake up around 7 or 8 o'clock, and as soon as I wake up I'm back to studying and doing homework, and I'm basically doing that until I go to bed as well. So for me, studying and schoolwork is super important. I was always a straight A student in high school and I try to maintain that now, and for me maintaining a high GPA is really important. Even though I don't really need to maintain that high of a GPA to stay in my program, for me it's a personal goal that I feel like is necessary for me to feel confident and okay with what I'm doing. I spend a lot of time doing homework assignments, reading on research stuff for my major and other classes. I'm always taking notes in class. So I originally was just bored with my psychology classes as a freshman my fall semester. I wasn't getting as much out of it as what I thought I would be, so I didn't know what other options there were that I would be interested in, and I took one of those tests that it's what career would best suit you, and I filled out all the questions and it said speech-language pathologist, and I had no idea what a speech-language pathologist was, so I did some research on it and I looked into it, and the career field actually did interest me a lot. And then I ended up switching majors, and a few months later my choice in my major change was confirmed when my stepdad had a stroke due to a heart surgery gone wrong, and he had a speech-language pathologist to help him with areas of his stroke that impacted his cognitive abilities, and I got to see a speech-language pathologist acting in real time with a patient who I had a personal connection to, so I got to see it from the family's perspective and from the SLP's perspective of what was going on in that situation, and it just made me really want to work in the future with stroke patients as a speech-language pathologist.